I would say that you must not blame anyone who is corrupt. The corruption within the mind is because of a lack of information from the right source of creation. Most people are corrupt. We are corrupt in some way in our work, in our activities of life, because we do not have the right kind of information. And when we have the right kind of knowledge, we will know that being on the constructive side is the most efficient and the most beautiful life which you can have, with a life of health, wealth and spiritual abundance. Energy of corrosion which affects the mightiest of iron or any kind of material or any kind of being on earth, and we side with the energy of construction. Today's message is receiving blessings through the side of constructive mindset, which dwells on the energies of the source of all life on our earth, the source of all abundance within the creative source of God, abilities of all life on earth, which is the energy which sustains the future of the unborn children, the future of the smallest children of the earth. And today I'm going to let you know that how, being on the constructive side, you can bless yourself as well as receive blessings from individuals, people, corporations who are with the constructive side of the universe, because they are not blessing your lives. You're going from your bodily side, from the selfish side of your carnal desires, just like any other animal on earth. We're moving into the spiritual side for living a life which is with the prosperity of the future generations of our earth, which is the prosperity of everything that we see around us, which is for the future prosperity of your own family, your children, yourself, your soul, which will be a part of the yesterday, today and tomorrow. So being on the constructive side, receiving blessings, maybe in the form of gifts, maybe in the form of blessings, maybe in the form of anything by which you are moving along with the constructive side, which gives us foundation for the future of the unborn child of the world, the future of the unborn children and their future, and everything that we see around us. It is the most wisest thing, it is the most prudent thing, it is the most effective thing which you can do for yourself, and it is the most constructive thing which you can do for yourself, your family, your society, your country and the world. Being one with the creative source of the universe, which being one with the creative source of all life, being one with the creative source code of all creation, the source code of God. Let's replenish our earth. An old woman in her late 90s recalled the time when she was just passing out from school during the 1700s. And while she remembered during those days, there was no electrical transport. There was no transport of any source in terms of machines. And she lived in England, and only the transport during the times was the horse cart. And then she was from a very poor family, but then they had a horse cart for travel. A horse cart for transporting goods, and it was considered as one of the biggest assets even for a small family, because if you can have a horse and a cart with the wheels which were wooden, they didn't have rubber wheels then. You had all the power in your area, you had all the assets in your area, because the muscle power of the horse and the cart would carry logs from one place to another. So this girl, her father had this business, and she was the only girl. Her mother died, and she was the only girl to her dad. And then what she did was, she gathered all the logs of the rich people and take it to the market. And then there were traders there. Those logs were all high quality logs of very expensive amounts. She used to carry these very, very high-end wood products of the rich people from their houses and take it to the markets and sell it for them. They didn't have the time to go to the market and sell it. And this girl was a very trusted source who would carry the logs in a cart, take it to the market, sell it, take the cash, sell it at the highest price, and then give it back to the rich merchants at their family's home without taking a pie. Even though she was hungry sometimes, she took the wood and did the most important job of selling the wood in the highest price and then giving it back to the rich person's house. Different people, over a period of 1 month, they recognized that this girl was something they could not have otherwise, in terms of her kind of straightforwardness, her kind of attitude towards life, and her attitude towards business, which made her a gem, which was outstanding among all others whom they ever employed. Soon she was given some of the best horse carts to run by herself by the rich merchants, because they had lots of logs to be sold. Each of those rich merchants wanted her to manage the horse carts to be taken to the marketplace and sold. And she was made the manager of more than 100 horse carts of some of the richest people, and all of their wood was given in her charge. She was paid some of the best salary of those times, and she herself had a house constructed with the best logs. She did this not to please the rich merchants, but she did it with an attitude to do the right job in terms of replenishing the earth at that time. What I mean by replenishing the earth in her heart and soul was, she wanted to do the most efficient job. She wanted to do the job which was most devoted to her soul, which she found that would give her the greatest happiness, to be straightforward, to serve in the best possible way without seeking for the reward. And when she did her job in the right way, in resonance with the energies of the universe started blessing her. And also the rich merchants at that time started to recognize that she was not just like any other girl. She had a quality of heart, mind and soul which is available to most other people. And they rewarded her because she was not just useful, she also helped them make money. And they used that money for purposes of enabling better agriculture, better crops, a better lifestyle for people of her friends, her family members. It was not because they wanted to do something out of gratitude, because of pity on her. They did it because she was a gem of a person and she was highly useful to them, and she did the job not just to please them. She did the work of selling the wood at the highest price, the rosewoods, with dedication, with sincerity, and she gave them the best price. And it's a nature among humans to reward people who are outstanding, who are not just among the ordinary, who have a dedication of purpose, mind and soul with the universal energies. She was blessed immensely. She was given some of the greatest logs of wood, the most expensive items to manage, sell. She had hundreds of people working for her, and she managed the sales. And not only did she make money for herself, it was not that she went behind the money, she went behind a purpose. She went behind the purpose of doing the best quality job in terms of selling the wood to the right kind of merchants at the most best price, with dedication, and seeing that the transaction went through properly without any hitches. And that kind of trust built over time created an asset for herself, her family, and she was rewarded because she was outstanding among all others. No one could compare to the work she did. This is what we would get in terms of each of our jobs, each of our work, each of our business, which is not done with the objective of trying to make a fast buck or quick money or going back out of material things. When you're dedicated to the purpose, whatever job you are, in terms of the greater universal energies which sustain our life on our earth, in terms of the future generations, when you are into any work, any business which helps the unborn children into the world, it might be something to do with any kind of business which you are in, gardening, clean air, better environment, maybe even a transport system, a driver, a conductor, a manager, a surgeon, or the greatest of professions on earth, which includes political leaders. It's all about the dedication to the greater cause of the universe, the energies of life which sustain all life on earth. The energies of life which sustain the balance within the universe when we dedicate our lives to the greater purpose other than the meager body, which is a temporary speck in the expanse of time within our universe. When we move into the greater purpose of serving future generations and the unborn generations, we have the purpose with the eternal force of God, the source code of life. Let's replenish our earth.
On the topic of corruption, which seems to be too prevalent in the world and which is kind of a hindrance towards divine well-being, which includes health, wealth and spiritual well-being in the true essence, with the universal energies which sustain all life on our earth. Now when we talk about corruption, it is about having a mindset. Corruption is not corruption as such. Corruption is a mindset which tunes your thinking for the goodness of your body itself, for the selfish desires of your body itself. So you look into the outside world and you provide services to the world. We provide services to the world. We engage in activities in the world because of a corruptive mindset which focuses on our selfish desires alone, of our body, of our flesh. So when I talk about corruptive practices, it means corrosive practices. Just like how iron, the toughest of iron, is corroded over a period of time, if it is not turned into a process of steel, the toughest of materials on earth can be corroded over time if it is not looked after and managed properly. So also is it with corruption to the same mindset or the person or the individual using the energy of corruption. On the other hand, I would say the opposite of corruption is constructive mindset. Someone with a constructive mindset is going not just with the energies of his selfish desires of his or her body, but moving into the greater purpose of life to work for the future of our planet and the future of the unborn children. And their mindset is tuned with the eternal energies which sustain all life on our earth. And a constructive mindset works with ideas, works with any kind of philosophy which is constructive with the universal energies of the earth. A constructive mindset works with people, work ethics, in whatever they do, in every field of work that they do, in ideas that they germinate, in corporates, which works for the energies of the earth, which sustains every living being, every human on our planet, and the future of the future unborn children. So when we are in sync with the energy which sustains all life, we are into the constructive mindset. Now, getting material returns out of a corruptive mindset and a constructive mindset, I would say it will be most wise and it will be most prudent and it will be the most wonderful way, the most thoughtful way, the most effective way to be on the constructive side. If you are through corruption, it means that you are working with energies which bring down the earth, which bring down the prospects of the future children of the earth, which bring down the prospects of life, the goodness of life, the abundance of life of the smallest children on earth. You're working with that energy which is destroying the very core of our earth. So what is the most sensible thing to do? It is to get in sync with the energies which are constructive for the earth. If you are drawing material benefits, if we are drawing any kind of income, if you are drawing any kind of gifts, if you're drawing any kind of source of goodness through corruptive practices for the selfish desires, it will be better for you and it will be the best and only solution for you to get into the constructive solutions. Anyone who approaches you with a energy which is destructive for the future children of the earth, you will tell them no in very clear sense. And anyone who approaches you with a constructive mindset which is going to be conducive, which is going to be extremely prosperous for the unborn children of the world, for the future of everything which we see in the world, you will say a resounding yes. You will deny all kinds of benefits which might be given for the destruction of the earth and for the destruction of the future children of the earth through corruptive practices. But you will receive gifts. You might receive income. You might receive abundance from sources who are with the constructive side of creation, with the constructive side of every living being on earth. It is okay for you to receive gifts. It's okay for you to receive any kind of goodness which is given on an individual basis, which is given out of appreciation, because you're working with the energies of the earth. So you get this very clear. It is one of the best ideas. It is one of the best solutions. It is one of the best mindsets you can have to work against corruptive practices which erodes the very fabric of our earth, which erodes the very fabric of the future children of the earth, which
destroys the prospects and the prosperity for the future children of the earth and every living unborn child as of now. You will deny and give a resounding no to any such force which approaches you, but you will go with the constructive solutions. You will receive gifts because it's given an appreciation with the constructive side of all energies. Any gifts, any kind of amount, any kind of income, any kind of blessings that you receive because you have associated with the constructive side of every living life on earth, with the energies which sustain every living life on earth, every living child on earth, which sustains yourself and your family. Once you're with that energy, and if you receive any kind of gifts, if you receive any kind of appreciation, if you receive any kind of goodness, it is given by the universal source of abundance, because you have transcended your selfish desires and moved into the universal source of abundance. And it is a method of the universal source of abundance to gift your life on earth also, to bless your life on earth also, to bless your families, your societies, life on earth also with all kinds of material goodness, not by your bodily selfish desires, but from the greater realm of prosperity within the universe, with the greater realm of abundance which sustains everything within our earth, which sustains everything within our universe. Let's replenish our earth. If you are receiving or giving any kind of gift, any kind of appreciative gesture to someone who is helping you, your business, your activity, your work, in tune with the energies of the universe which sustain all life, if you're receiving anything as a gift from individuals working towards the energies which sustain our life, corporates giving us gifts, or you helping corporates and receiving any kind of remuneration, it cannot be termed as corrupt, because at the end of the day you are working with the energies of the universe which sustain all life and the smallest child on earth as of now and the future of the unborn children. And we are working not just from your bodily perspective about the cares of your flesh, and you're transcending and working for the future of our world, our earth, everything we see around us, the trees, the water, the mountains, the rivers, everything in terms of nature, the rains, the mountains and the glaciers, the water from the glaciers, which brings rains across the world, the gravitational force, everything we see in terms of the quality of life around us. If there is any individual, organization, work which you are involved in terms of bringing good quality of life to the citizens of the earth, good quality of oxygen, water, as I mentioned, a great hydration when people drink water, not cheap quality of water which is adulterated, but the most precious water. If you're involved in any kind of profession in that way, also if you're involved in any kind of profession by which you associate with people who is working with the energies of the universe, be it law enforcement, be it any kind of management in the world, be it the best of teachers, professionals, surgeons, doctors, law enforcement, judges, the greatest of politicians, once we are with the constructive source of the universe, once we are with the constructive energies of the universe, the source of the universe which provides the life to every living being and the smallest child and the child of the future and the children who are unborn into the future. Once you're working towards their future, transcending the only cares of your flesh, you will also be blessed on earth. And those blessings will be form of gifts, remuneration, a lot of gifts which the divine force will give you through different individuals who are working with the energies of the universe which sustain all life. And if you're receiving or taking any kind of remuneration based on a quality of life for the future children of the world, It will not be anything to do with corruption. It will be for the future of our world, of our smallest children who are in the world today. It will be the future of unborn children. So it has nothing to do with corruption. You should be proud that the universal force is blessing you with different resources because you've transcended your bodily needs, which makes you one with all other animals and which has no meaning at the last day of the last breath of our lives, which will revolve around our bodies if you're focused on our body. And once we have transcended into the spiritual realm by which we're working for the future of the unborn children, we are blessed by the universal source. And it's no longer corruption. People will start to say when you're getting rich, when you're getting all of the benefits, all of the blessings from the universal source, because you've transcended and moved into abundance, people will start saying, oh, he might have got it through corruption. It is not. The universal energies is blessing you with different individuals, giving you what you require, because they themselves will be working with the energies for the future of the unborn children. The future of everything that we see around us, the trees, the mountains, the rivers, the water, the oxygen which we drink, and the future of your own family, your own children, and their unborn children, and the future of the world. You'll be working in source with the creative energies of the earth. A whole mighty army of people, a population, a group of individuals, a very large percentage of our world's people will start to work with the universal energies, bringing a new abundance, bringing a new level of health, wealth, and spiritual abundance into our world, into our earth, and for the future children of our earth. Let's replenish our earth.